Backpacking in a box? Is this even possible? Let's find out. You see, every single backpacking trip I've ever taken, I've done the same thing. Rain hits. I need my jacket. I stop on the trail, I shrug the pack off, and just start pulling stuff out. Sleeping bag, cook kit, tent poles, all of it onto whatever ground is underneath me. Until I find the one thing I actually needed. Then I repack every time. I thought that was just backpacking. Near Zero claims it doesn't have to be that way. And they packed me an overnight kit just to prove it. Starting with a backpack I have never seen anything like before. So I'm going backpacking. I'm taking exactly what's in this box and we're gonna find out if they are right. Okay, so let me show you what we're working with. Near Zero sent this whole setup to me and it's their overnight kit. And the centerpiece is this backpack. This is the Dean TR50. And there's something that caught my attention right away when I saw it. The whole center opens from the front, like a suitcase. Every other backpack I own, every single one, it loads from the top. That means that if you have to get to something in the bottom of your pack, you have to yard sail the whole thing just to get to what's in the bottom. Not this pack. Near Zero said, that's a design flaw, not a feature. Let's change it. I've got a lot of questions, like does the front loading pack hold up on trail? Does the frame carry weight the same way? Does the big zipper take a beating when I'm scrambling? I don't know, and that's kind of the point. We're gonna find out together. The Dean TR50. The TR stands for Travel Ready because it fits in the overhead compartment of an airplane. The pack features an adjustable torso for best fit and a pocket for a hydration bladder, or if you're traveling, it doubles as a padded laptop compartment. Color-coded side pockets keep small items like keys, wallet, and small gadgets safe. The hip belt is wide and well padded, so it distributes weight without digging in, and the shoulder straps are just as comfortable. And I like that they tucked an emergency whistle into the sternum strap. You hope you never need it, but it's right there if you do. It's also got load lifters, which pull the weight of the pack closer to your body so it rides better and puts less strain on your back. Near Zero also puts together pre-made gear bundles, so if you're just getting into backpacking and don't even know where to start, they've done the homework for you. They've got two main ones, the Adventure Bundle and the Ready to Go Bundle. For this trip, they sent me an Adventure Bundle plus a few extra items. The hip pockets are perfect for snacks, and they zip up one-handed, which is a nice touch. So far, my first impressions of this pack have been really solid. But let's move on to the tent and get it set up. So the tent comes in at 3.5 pounds trail weight. That's the body, rainfly, and poles. Packed weight with everything includes stakes, guy lines, and a repair kit is just under 4 pounds, and it rolls down to about 16 inches long. Inside, you've got 84 inches of length, enough width for 2 people, and 2 doors with vestibules, so nobody's climbing over anybody. There are mesh pockets everywhere for organizing your stuff, and the whole body is full mesh, so airflow is not an issue. It's built with 20 denier ripstop nylon, silicone taped seams, and a full coverage rainfly, so when the weather turns, you're covered. Setup is a simple pull frame with color-coded clips, which means you can get this thing pitched fast, even if you're racing the sunset. The Feather sleeping pad has an R value of 4.8. It's 3 inches thick, and it's actually quiet. The dual-plated aluminum insulation and internal fabric layer keep you warm without all the crinkling. 20 denier ripstop nylon and a TPU coating for durability. It comes regular and wide, both an inch wider than standard. Pump sack is included, so inflation takes seconds. Comes with everything, stuff sack, bungee strap, and a repair kit. The sleeping bag weighs just 2.7 pounds and is rated at 25 degrees. It's got a hood, a draft tube along the zipper, and a pillow pouch to keep everything in place. It packs down to about the size of a football with the compression bag included. Okay, so we've got the tent set up and we've got our sleeping pad and our sleeping bag rolled out. Now we're gonna put our pillow in the sleeping bag. Now there's an actual pocket right here for the pillow, which is super cool. Very cool feature of this sleeping bag. So it doesn't go flying around in the middle of the night. There you go, check that out. Now it's always gonna stay put in the same spot. Pretty cool. Another nice thing that they gave us is a sleeping bag liner. Now, if you've never used a sleeping bag liner, what's nice is that it extends the temperature rating of your sleeping bag from like 8 to 15 degrees Fahrenheit. So you can actually use it in colder temperatures. And it just feels like home. It's like a nice sheet in your bed at home. So really nice touch. Thank you, Near Zero, for that. I'm gonna definitely use it tonight. Okay, so what a lot of people ask is, do I have enough room in this bag, this 50-liter bag, to put everything I need, plus my clothing and my food, etc.? And the answer is yes, they have planned for that. This is a 50-liter bag, but it has a lot of external storage on it, with this kangaroo pouch on the outside, lots of straps on the top and bottom to hold your tent. If you wanted to take your tent out of the bag and strap it to the bottom or the top, then you have the entire center section here. Without doing that, I was able to fit another change of clothes, all of my food in this pouch right here, and my camera equipment for a 2-day trip. Okay, so now that I got the tent set up, I think it's time to make a proper cup of coffee. They have provided us with a nice stove to use, a can of fuel, which is nice, a fire beaner striker to light the stove. We have an ultralight stove here, weighs just under 2 ounces. Let's check that out. Comes in a nice little bag. All right. Yeah, that's a really nice tiny stove. Set this bad boy up. Okay, so I had a little mishap with my coffee situation. I dropped the handle for the tea bag thing all the way in the cup. But thankfully, Near Zero gave us a rescue diver, and that rescue diver is a titanium spoon. So let's check that out. Okay, so they gave us a nice long-handled spoon, a titanium spoon. Pretty sweet. It's a spork, actually, technically. So let's get this coffee bag out of here. Oh yeah, there we go. Coffee from Bushcraft Coffee Company. Definitely love the taste of their coffee. Delicious. All right, so we got that sorted thanks to the spoon. And now we can enjoy a nice cup of coffee. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. That's good. So just from the hike in, from setting up camp and checking out the gear, so far it's been a really positive experience with this setup. And I think that they have indeed given me everything I need for an overnight experience. I'm gonna make some food in a little bit, and then we're gonna settle in for the night and do some hiking tomorrow morning. I am hiking right now on the Ice Age Trail, which is a 1,200-mile long footpath in Wisconsin. It's a national scenic trail. Gonna make some dinner in a little bit, and then hopefully have a really nice, comfortable sleep on our feather sleeping pad with our Peralta sleeping bag, with that nice pillow situation going on inside the sleeping bag. Hopefully it'll be just awesome. Okay, so let's talk about the backpack a little bit. On the way in, the hike in, I was pretty comfortable. Like, the hip belt is just nice and padded. The straps were all in the right spot. The load lifters were really nice. I could tell that that internal frame was really keeping things rigid, and the ventilated back panel on it, it was very comfortable. So all in all, I really, really have been enjoying using this pack, and I can't wait to put some real miles on it tomorrow to kind of put it through its paces. I definitely had my questions about whether the zippers would hold up and stuff like that, but upon further inspection, they are super durable looking. Like, they are nice, beefy zippers. I love the organization of this pack so far. It is a paradigm shift for me. Like, it feels like a camera bag, like the bag that I keep my camera gear in at home. It feels like that because it's very, very accessible. Everything you can get to from that center zip compartment. Everything has a place and a name. It just feels very good. It's very satisfying to put gear back in those places. Yeah, this is a big paradigm shift in camping, and I think it's really a game changer. Okay, it's chow time. Time to make some food. Got a good backpacking meal here. 10 ounces of water, boil it up, let it sit for a little bit. Life is good. I always add a little bit less water than the recipe calls for, because it just seems like it's too soupy usually with most backpacking meals. So let's get this going. I have a fire beaner here. Came with the kit. What's really cool is it throws nice sparks. So you can start your camp stove with this, or they give you a little bit of fire starting material in the fire kit, but we're under a burn ban right now, so we really can't start a fire here, unfortunately. Beef bulgogi kimchi fried rice. Yeah, this is one of my favorite meals. I just love the flavor of it. It's awesome. Oh, I'm so excited to dig into this. Oh my goodness. Yes. So good. All right, well, I'm a little bit bummed that we have a burn ban and I can't have a nice campfire tonight, but I did have a great dinner. I had an awesome sunset and looking forward to turning in, having a great night's sleep. So I'll see you in the morning. Well, I'm in my tent, and one thing I forgot to mention was the headlamp. The headlamp is actually pretty nifty. It comes with several different brightness settings here, obviously, and a nice red light setting if you don't want to blind the people that you're camping with. But yeah, nice to have a headlamp included in this kit for sure. And also I wanted to show you around the tent a little bit. There's some really nice pockets all over this tent. Up top in the ceiling, back by your head, by your feet up here. Lots of good internal storage options for keys, wallets, lights, stuff like that. I like to put a little headlamp up in the top here just to illuminate the tent while I'm just kind of settling in for the night. So anyway, yeah, now I'm actually going to turn in and go to sleep. Hopefully get a good night's rest on this sleeping pad. All right, guys and gals, we will see you in the morning.
Well, good morning. I had a great night last night. Slept well. The sleeping pad and sleeping bag did great. The pillow system was the best. Like, that is just the coolest feature of this whole thing, for sure. And then I also found that the zipper pulls on the sleeping bag are glow in the dark, which was really a nice touch. So I could actually see the zipper in the middle of the night. So, gonna make some breakfast, gonna make some coffee, and I have about 7 miles to do to the next shelter. And then hopefully we'll just have a great experience with the Near Zero pack on the trail, and I'll be able to tell you all about it. All right.
So what's nice is that even though this is all kind of like super organized and labeled, you can actually remove these dividers if your gear changes over time. And that is just a really nice feature, that you're not just locked into this system, even though it's a great system, that you can remove these dividers and kind of change things up a little bit. So yeah, I do really appreciate that. One of my main concerns with this whole setup was whether or not it would be able to be packed back into the backpack. Like, are the stuff sacks a realistic size to be able to fit everything back into again? And the answer is yeah, you can fit everything back in very comfortably. So I was really shocked with that, because everything is just so tidy. I didn't think it would be able to go back in there the same way. And this is a really cool thing. This is their stool from Near Zero. Look at how small this is. This is just tiny. And the whole thing, like, presto, folds open. Like so. Isn't that awesome? And for how small it is, it's really comfortable. That's pretty cool. I'm pretty shocked at that. All right, so while we're waiting for that to rehydrate, we gotta talk about this. This is a very important item that they included in the kit. This is a trowel. It's a titanium trowel. It's a super lightweight titanium trowel. It's got some nice serrations here so you can dig through some roots with it. And they gave us some wipes as well. So this little container kind of snaps in there like that, and you just get one of these tablets wet with water, And there you go, you have your wipe. And it's got a measuring scale on the side. I'm not sure what we're measuring here, but pretty cool. And you've got like a little multi-tool on the side here for tightening up hex heads of various sizes. So yeah, pretty cool, man. Okay, setting off on the trail here. Got about 7 miles to go till I hit the next shelter. We're gonna see how this pack rides, how it feels, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. So, backpacking in a box, is it actually possible? Yeah, and honestly, it's more than possible. It's impressive. The Dean TR50 rides comfortably, keeps your gear organized, and holds its own against packs I've used for years. But where Near Zero really stands out is for beginners, I think. If you want to get into backpacking but you don't know where to start, their bundles take all the guesswork out of it. No researching for hours or second guessing your gear list. You just grab a bundle and go. I genuinely wish something like this existed when I was first starting out. So whether it's the pack on its own or a full bundle, check out Near Zero and get yourself on a trail. I hope you found that useful, or at least entertaining. We'll see you later.